layers and soaring synth, evolving into a vast uplifting soundscape, orchestrated climbing the triumphant beat. A powerful drop brings renewed momentum, echoed by the cascading piano sequence. The atmosphere intensifies, capturing the sensation of overcoming all obstacles and reaching the pinnacle of focus and freedom, propelling the listener ever forward. A luminous synth arpeggio emerges, shimmering above the orchestral swells. Percussive accents drive the energy higher as crescendos merge with resonant strings. Another powerful drop unleashes rhythmic pulses, echoing determination and clarity. Glitching textures require like synthesis and the exhilaration rush and breakthroughs. The music resolves in a final, expansive chord, an inspiring sense of endless possibility and achievement lingering in the air. The final echo of strings resonates against airy textures, a deep sub-bass swell and labored sense of piano motives. Gradual, sweeping rises create anticipation with a grand orchestral build, pulsing meets elegant energy, a surge of adrenaline emotion, a final cathartic drop unfolds with cascading arpeggios and brass burst. Textures dissolve in shimmer tones and airy pads, affecting satisfaction. This vision, these closes unsolved, resonant piano fades as if drifting toward infinite horizons. Subtle piano refrains ripple beneath swelling atmospheres. A gentle quiet pad rises, illuminating the sound with warmth. Textural synth layers intertwine with dynamic string figures, suggesting movement and growth. Percussion builds, driving forward into one last majestic drop. Waves of synths and orchestral hits cascade, embodying final triumph. The momentum gradually dissolves into delicate harmonies and uplifting drones. A single piano note lingers, marking the close. A sense of peace, clarity, and the unending journey ahead. Distant shimmering melody weaves through lush synth layers. Evolving harmonies usher in gentle, hopeful strings and airy pads. A dynamic swell of percussion signals renewed movement and purpose. Brass sweeps and subtle glitches punctuate the rising intensity. The final build crescendos, beats and orchestral hits colliding in exultant unity. Powerful synths and choir textures soar briefly, evoking awe and reflection. Ethereal sounds and soft piano gently bring the energy down. The music fades, leaving a lingering sense of promise and onward longing. crescendos of choir synths blend with gentle swelling pads. A delicate piano themma resurfaces encircled by shimmering arpeggios. Gradually, strings and brass gather one last time, building a final wave of energy. Percussion crescendos into a closing drop, bold and resonant, filled with hope. As the intensity subsides, textures dissolve into airy harmonies and faint electronic pulses. The piece fades with a luminous chord held, while distant strings and a fading beat. A lingering sense of clarity and endless possibility whispers through the silence. Faint echoes and melody shimmer above undulating synth paths. Warm brass glides into focus, implying delicate piano phrases. A rising swirl of orchestral voices and pulsing percussions on sounds one last ascent. Shimmering arpeggio spiral, lifting the energy skyward. A climactic drop surges, waves of synth and strings unrestrained and luminous. Surging beats and soaring motifs reflect unwavering resolve and release. As the soundscape recedes, soft drones and a solitary piano note invite a gentle, open-ended farewell. A sense of renewal lingers, quietly urging the journey onward. A faint, ascending synth begins to glimmer through lingering chords. Interwoven piano and soft strings offer a gentle reprise, reflected in the deep bass pulse underpin a final swell of shimmering textures and orchestral layers. A subtle choral pad breathes warmth into the widening soundscape. One last soaring full rises, percussion guiding one with quiet resolve. Cascading synth motors and radiant brass explode in a culminating drop. Airy drums and tonal processes dissolving release an endless possibility on the horizon. The music closes, spacious calm, leaving only the resonance of hope and forward motion. A delicate interplay of piano and airy synths emerges, carrying a gentle optimism. Slowly, more orchestras go severer, shimmering with subtle crescendos, glitch-like, as the percussion regains momentum. A final surge, propulsive swelling strings and radiant synth harmonies risen skyward. Bright brass and reverent drums announce a triumphant final drop. Energy radiates, then recedes into echoing arpeggios and luminous ambient tones. Soft pads and piano drift outward, leaving a lingering sense of focus and serene possibility.